What's up, trading family? I want to go ahead and discuss this trade that I'm in. I'm in the midst of my second 200K FTMO challenge. And so if I pass this one, then I'll have the max allocation of 400K from FTMO. But I wanted to go over this trade, just talk about why I took it. If our TP is hit, then that will effectively be, it will pass that 20K. As you see, we're currently up 11K so far. But I just want to go over why I took this trade. Let's see, if TP is hit, that'll be about 74 pips from the top entry, about 65 pips from the bottom entry. But let's discuss this trade. I always start off on the H1 chart. And what I saw this morning when I looked at the H1 time frame was what I like to call an Omega trade. My Omega Trade Strategy video goes over a lot of examples on this setup right here, but I'll briefly go over the rules and what I look for when I look for an Omega Trade setup. So first thing I saw was price was kind of consolidating around the 50 and the 144 EMAs. So the 144 is the purple, the 50 is the gold. And so when price is kind of hovering between that purple and that gold on the H1 time frame, even though it went way above it here, overall, this right here is still overall, in my opinion, consolidating within that purple and that gold. So when I see that and price is overbought in this situation, since we were looking more so for a sell, then we want price to be hovering up here and be overbought at the same time. It doesn't need to be divergent. It just needs to be overbought at some point. So price barely hit my 90 level, my overbought level on my Ehlers Fisher. So normally I like for it to be blatantly obvious that it's overbought, like this over here. Like this is blatantly obviously over the 90 level, whereas this one's just kind of barely touching it. And I normally don't like to get in trades when it barely touches it, so this one was more of a risky one for me. I was kind of on the fence about this one, but I went ahead and did it anyway, and so far we're looking all right. But that's the first thing I look for. So price is hovering between the 50 and 144. We're overbought on the Ehlers Fisher. Once I see that, the next thing I see is I need for price to pass. What I've been saying in the past is that I want it to pass what I would say is the last prominent wick. So I look for the formation to, I kind of find the center point of the formation, which would be kind of right here. And then I take the wick of that center point, the most prominent wick in that center point, and I draw a horizontal line there. And normally I wait for an H1 candle to pass that line. Well, today I was a bit more lenient and I decided to say, okay, let me try this strategy a little bit differently because I may tweak the rules on it. And based on this paying out so far, I might be officially tweaking those rules. So instead of going by the wick, I went by the body today. So this is the last where the body ends, this little doji right here, that red doji candle. I put the line at the bottom of that body. And then once price closed, this H1 candle closed past the body. Once it came up and grabbed the 50, I'm sorry. Once it does that, okay, let me back up because I just went too fast. Once this H1 candle closes past the body, I go to the 15-minute time frame. Because once it passed the body on H1, to me, that's confirming the direction is definitely down. So then I go to the 15-minute time frame and I just want to wait on it to come up and pass my 50 EMA on the 15-minute time frame, which is the gold line. Now, by the time I saw this, it was already up here and had gone down. So when I saw this trade, it was on this long red candle right here. And so I was thinking, well, it might just be taken off now. I might have missed the good entry above the 50. So I'm just going to go ahead and hop in this trade. So my initial entry was down here and I put my stop loss up here. Then price shot up. I was like, crap, I took the wrong trade apparently, and I should have waited on it to pass the last prominent wick, like I've been saying, instead of being lenient and, you know, taking it on this body. But, you know, I just, you know, hung in there and was like, hey, I'm gonna let it do what it does. I'm gonna trust my stop loss. And so it barely missed my stop loss by a couple of pips, as you can see. And then once it started coming back down, I was like, oh, okay, I see what it's doing. It's just, you know, one more hit above the 50. So let me go ahead and jump in where I should have in the first place, which is above my 50, because I like to enter trades on the opposite side of the 50 EMA based on whatever direction I'm trading in. So if I'm selling, then I want to enter above the 50, because what that does is it helps eliminate a lot of drawdown. That's just my secret to sniper entries, basically. Enter on the opposite side of the 50. So since I'm selling, I want to enter above the 50 ideally. And once I did that, it just shot down from here. So this entry had zero drawdown. It just kept on going down. Had I gotten in, let's say I had caught this earlier in the morning and it would have been up here. Let's say I took the trade on this green candle. Even then I was only looking at 6 pips of drawdown at the most, had I gotten in there earlier, but still above the 50. So that's how I ended up with my 2 entries. This entry, I got, you know, I thought they was going to take me out, but I went ahead and got back in up here. And so now we're headed down, even though it's making a correction to the upside now. Overall for the day, I'm pretty sure it's going to come on down and hit our TPs, which will give us more than 20K in profit. And we will have passed the challenge portion of the FTMO challenge. And then we can go on to the verification phase. Once price, actually, let me do it this way, just in case. I'm going to draw a black line here. Just in case I miss it and it hits the TP while I'm not screen recording, then at least if you see prices past this black line, then you know TP was definitely hit and we passed the challenge. So, all right, y'all, we'll check back in later. There I go again. I get to talking to y'all and then I forget to adjust my stop loss like an idiot. So let me go ahead and make this trade risk-free. So let's just do this and this. All right, so now we are risk-free on this trade. Actually, you know what? I'm not gonna make it completely risk-free. Let's throw a little bit of risk on it. I'll make that entry risk-free. Just in case this decides to come all the way back up to the gold, you know what? Forget all that. It ain't coming up there. We risk-free. And then we'll come back and hopefully this thing will just come on down and give me a good push to the downside and give me my money. I'm also in this trade on my the 200K account that I've officially gotten from FTMO. I actually just got my first payout. It was a multi-5-figure payout. From the time that I put the what's it called? Crap. The invoice that I sent them, the invoice for the payment, the money was in my bank within 10 hours. And I opted for a bank wire, so I thought it was going to take a couple of days. But yeah, it showed up within 10 hours. So I was tripping off that in a good way. Like, oh, okay, FTMO is definitely legit. You know, y'all have my full vouch, my full support. I will tell everybody about FTMO. They pay out. So it's a little later in the day, just checking in again. We're getting close. We've done a little retrace to the upside already, and it's starting to come back down. So I'm pretty confident that it'll hit TP here soon. There's also a support zone right here. So I think that price should definitely at least make it down this far. So I think we're in good shape. We're safe. We only got about 20 pips left to go to hit TP, if I recall correctly. Let's see. Even better, 12 pips. Gonna give me a good little 12 pip push down, GJ, so we can get up out of here and take the money. I'm also in this trade on my other account. Let's see, this one. So I'm in this trade as well on this account. Oh, I need to fix my stop losses. I meant my take profits. Actually I set take profits on this one, I thought. Yep, but I set them too far down, in my opinion. I doubt that's gonna go that far. Tell you what, let me drag that up here. So we're roughly around the same take profit point well, I'm up here on that one, but anyway, so I'm up 19,000 on this one so far. This is my actual account that's, you know, already whatever. I actually will get paid off of this one, so to speak. So that one's doing good. Like I said, it was the same entries. So let's go ahead and get back over here to our demo account, or the challenge account. I think, what was it? Oh yeah, it was this one. Yeah. All right, so now we're back on the challenge account. We just need a few more pips and we'll be solid. But yeah, looking over here, we see we're at 218.4 on our equity. So that means we need $1,600 more before we will have passed the challenge. And I'm pretty sure it's going to happen within the next 15 or 30 minutes. If we can just keep the same momentum going, the thing, yeah, we'll be good. I think, well, shoot, so I only got what, 500 to go now. Let me just get ready to just click up out of this. I'm not gonna let it hit TP if I don't have to. So yeah, if it hits 220 here, I'm just gonna click manually get out of them. Okay, come on, give me another little push down so I can get up out of here. There we go. Don't you jack me. All right, cool. We got it. We did it. Good job, guys. All right, I'm back on my other account, the official one, and we're up 23 on this one. I'm gonna go ahead and take this out as well. I'm not gonna worry about it hitting that TP. I don't want to be greedy, so I'm gonna take what I got. 23K for the day and passing the challenge on the other one. So I'm calling that a good day. Actually, before I do that, let me go ahead and show some good old proof. So let's go into the client area. This is the FTMO challenge that, as you see, we are now showing a balance of 220. So we have officially passed that account. It says ongoing because I'm on day 7. You know, we had to have at least 10 trading days. So I will simply put a 0.01 lot for the next 3 days. Just open it and close it. Yeah, just open it and close it out to pass the minimum trading day requirement. And then we'll move on to the verification phase. And then this is my actual FTMO account, which it hasn't updated yet since I just took profit on that one. All right, cool. So I just refreshed it. And as you can see, we're sitting at 222 on the that account. So there's the proof. And yeah, I will holler at y'all on the next one.